We set this time apart for public communication. Time's limited to 3 minutes per person. Does anyone have anything they'd like to say before we commence? All right. We'll start with the consent agenda. On page 13, Commissioner Bruins, $577.36. Motion to approve, please.
So moved, Judge.
Second.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
I abstain.
Motion carries. Page 16, Goliad Auto Parts, $1,766.69. Motion to approve, please.
So moved, Judge.
Second.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
I abstain.
Motion carries. Goliad Auto Service, on page 20, $1,001.97. Motion to approve, please.
So moved.
Second.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
I abstain.
Motion carries. Page 22, Highway Garage, $912. Motion to approve.
So move.
Second.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
One abstention.
Motion carries. Page 23, Commissioner Edwards, $871.36. Motion to approve, please.
So move.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
And I abstain.
Motion carries. Page 27, Commissioner Morales, $253.68. Motion to approve, please.
So move.
Second.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
One abstention.
Motion carries. Remainder of the consent agenda. Questions, comments? If not,
Aye.
need a motion.
I have a question. On page 12, the mileage reimbursement. I'm curious about the way it's who it's coded to. That code is to the district clerk's office at 12-103-612.
Rusty went home sick, so
Yeah, it's coded to the district clerk.
I don't have any knowledge about it. Will it hold, or can we go to the Rusty tomorrow and talk about it?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. All right.
You want to just hold that one out? Okay.
So, need a motion to approve excluding the,
I have a question, or I have a comment here about the minutes.
okay.
There was on the Commissioners Court meeting 25 April 2021, number 6, motion. It says motion by Commissioner Edwards and seconded by Commissioner Bennett to approve.
I got the
Probably
motion.
should not be Commissioner Bennett. I'm not sure what it was.
I'm sure it's just a typo.
Yes, it's just a typo, but just, I don't think Bennett was the one that approved that or seconded that. That's my comment. Motion number 6 on April the 25th on the minutes.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am, that's the only one I saw. That's the only one that I saw.
Anyone else? Excluding the line item that Commissioner Edwards brought to our attention and what Commissioner Brumby alluded to, I'd like to get a motion to pass the remainder of the consent agenda.
So moved.
Second.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. All right. It came to my attention that we have a ordinance regulating the presence of animals within the county courthouse and courthouse annex. It was passed 9th day of June 2014. It stipulates that only service animals are allowed in the courthouse. And anyone that chooses to bring a service animal in is required to post a bond and let the sheriff know that that's going to be occurring. I'm going to start enforcing that because we've had some flea problems and other things, so it's really just to let you know that I'm going to start enforcing that. But I'm open to comments.
It's on the books. That's all I got to say.
It's on the books.
Yep.
And I don't think that y'all got a copy of this, but you can pass it around and look at it if you want to. So there's no action required on this. It's just on the books, and I was not aware of it. So if there's no questions or comments, we'll move on to the next item. Approval of increase in line item for indigent medical, the retiree.
Yes. Okay, I have spent all the original budget this year as of today. And I'm requesting $50,000 for the new clerk to have some money to finish the year, which will be July, August, September. Because I am in the hole, as of right now, $17,000 after we pay this week's payments. And all I can say is I've had 5 to 6 clients in the hospitals since January, and DTAR is any hospital is very expensive, and we have been paying outpatient prices, which is not right for the DTAR, but they have allowed it because I said that we had so many patients in the hospital. So instead of paying inpatient, which is 11% of the total cost, we've been paying 7% for the last 5 people in the hospital, and we have saved a lot of money with that. But we can't go on like that. I mean, you know. So if allowed $50,000. If any questions?
Is any of this COVID related? Any of the, I don't know if you can answer
Yes,
that.
one was just one really. I mean, that I know of. You know, because I don't get all the information. But I think one was.
Is that something we can recover from?
I have no
federal
idea.
government?
Possibly.
I don't.
We've run through the COVID money, and I don't know if we can apply for any more or not. Do you know, Brian?
As far as I know, everything's been appropriated and spent that we've received for it.
Okay.
Is
We'll
that include, is
definitely
it,
check on it. If you can bring those figures with you tomorrow, and
Okay, sure.
we'll deal with it.
Anybody?
Any questions for Joanne?
Judge, yes, was that included, Brian, out of the American Rescue Plan, that last allotment that was given by the federal government to the cities and counties? We haven't received that yet.
I'm not privy to that. Most of all the COVID stuff runs through the auditor's office.
Because this is part of that American Rescue Plan they called the last one he passed and signed.
Yeah, we're definitely going to check into it. I thought we were through with the COVID. I'm surprised that we have another one, but
But every day new stuff shows up with more money, you know, so it's hard to, you know, something may show up and we get some more money from the federal government for it.
I believe they've honored every invoice we've sent to them. Now, whether we've received the money or not, we're getting the checks in the mail story right now, but we're told it's on the way.
Okay?
Where will we put that money if it comes in? Is it going back into the uncommitted?
Well, these are reimbursements. We've already spent this money, as in overtime, PPE, things of that nature. So it's out-of-pocket money that we need to put back in the place where it came from.
Okay.
So these monies are going to come out of the contingent uncommitted, the 50,000 she's asking for for her budget? Is that, we're going to take the funds out of that?
I don't know any place else to get it unless Precinct 2 has some extra money.
No.
If you don't ask, you don't know. All right.
Is that all?
That's
Anybody?
all. So I need a motion to grant Joanne's request for $50,000 and Right now, I would tell you it would have to come out of it. Uncommitted. Unless we have a stash somewhere that I'm not aware of.
Go ahead.
So moved.
Second,
I'll second it.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Joanne.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Treasurer Howard, approval of the 2021-2022 Blue Cross Blue Shield rates.
Did y'all get them in your packet?
We got it.
Okay.
I hadn't looked at it yet.
This year, this went up, year before, I believe it was 5%. This year, it's went up 11%. And that's doing the same benefits, same deductible, as we did last year.
What is the percentage of increase this year?
11%. Was 5 last year. I believe that's what,
And it's a straight pass-through. We don't have any control over that.
no, sir, we don't. Only other way to cut costs is to reduce coverage and,
Reduced benefit.
yep, and raise deductible.
Any discussion on that as far as reducing benefits or
We still go through TAC, correct? Is there, I know they said one time we broke away and they let us back in, and if we ever break away from them, they won't let us back in.
Well,
but-
as before my time,
yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, it was before mine too, but
But Blue Cross Blue Shields ran through they're the provider and I guess administrator for us.
all right.
I don't know if shopping around would get us a better deal. We're kind of tied to the hip with them, so, with tax, so I don't know.
There was a guy out of Kennedy, I gave him your name a couple of years ago, or a year ago, and,
Yeah, I never heard from him.
yeah,
So in other words, it's like it says here, $777 and some change per employee. Is that,
That'll be if it's per employee, that's the county share for employee benefit. And of course, the employees that put their family on this plan, it's went
More.
up too.
Yeah.
So, it's not cheap.
no, it's not.
any other questions? Need a motion to approve the increase?
Motion to approve the current rates for the year 2021. Is that correct, Brian?
Right.
It'll be 21-22 plan.
21-22 plan.
Need a second on that, please?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Discussion action on presentation by Kevin Cruz with Team Retirement Solutions, alternative retirement plan for county employees.
I brought y'all some booklets if I can pass these out to y'all.
thank you.
Before I get started, I just wanted to introduce myself to y'all. I haven't been here before, but my name's Kevin Cruz. I'm with Team Retirement Solution. A little bit about me. I'm a retired sergeant from the Cuero Police Department, also from Victoria. I worked with Sheriff Boyd and Tim Futch. I have two daughters, Madeline and Savannah, that are 15 and 11, and I just recently got engaged. So I'm out, contacted Brian several weeks, maybe a month or so ago. I noticed that the county did not have a 457 plan, and that's just a supplemental retirement plan for all county employees. A little bit about Team Retirement Solutions. We're in over 40 school districts and municipalities. Combined experience with the other guys is around 50 years. We specialize in the 457 plan. It can be a pre-tax or after-tax, so it could be a Roth IRA or just a regular IRA. Our job at Team Retirement is to go around to different precincts, or in the school districts, we go around to the different departments and do presentations and educate the employees of what their benefits are as far as retirement. And then it's at a no cost to the county or the school districts. This is a complete separate retirement from the county retirement. The benefits of the 457 plan, it allows them to put away more money, if you will, than just the county retirement. Most of the employees that we speak to don't seek outside retirement other than what they get from a county or employee. This would be a payroll deduct, and that's what the proposal is tonight, is to, with National Benefit Services, is they are a third-party administrator. They charge a one-time fee of the $600. That's to get all the plan documents, the legal documents, to administer that. And then after that, then National Life Group is the company, one of the companies that we go with, and we do offer securities as well through other companies. We are local. I live in Myersville. We are local guys that are around this area, and again, approved. Then we would get with the different precincts, sheriff's office, any department that y'all have, and educate the employees on the county retirement or what they can do to supplement their retirement. That's
Is the $600 charged to the employee on upfront? Can they pay that out? How's that work?
No, sir. The $600 is the plan to get the paperwork for the county. So that would be charged to the county. That's a one-time charge to the county. There's no charge to the employee. It's a free service to them. Other than and that $600 is then for the legal documentation to get the 457 plan established with Goliad County.
And that's $600 total, not $600 per employee.
Correct. It's a one-time fee of $600. That's something then I have the paperwork to fill out and submit it to National Benefit Services. Then they come in and do all their legal documentation to establish the plan to make it legal for the county.
And this is a one-time deal, it's not an annual?
Yes, sir. It's in that on the left side of your folder. It's that yellow proposal sheet. It says I think it's under our team card there. Yes, sir. It is a one-time fee.
So other than pulling the money out of the check, and the treasurer's office is responsible for shipping it somewhere, I suppose?
Correct. And that's to the National Benefit Services. It's then tied to their Social Security number and then distributed however if they want to do a pre-tax or after-tax plan, then National Benefit Services then distributes that money to whatever the employee decides to do with it.
So, Brian, once this is set up, you wouldn't anticipate any additional manpower being required to administrate it?
No, sir, the initial work would be just to set their payroll up, to have it deducted in each payroll. Then you just, I guess, transfer it electronically to their company. That'll be it.
So it's a static fee, it's not based on what your gross pay is that pay period or anything?
I guess it's probably what percentage they want to be able to, because like right now we're doing 7%, county is, and a 7 or 1.5 match. So we're putting in 10% of 7. So if the guy wants to save another 10%, he'll say, we want to take 10% out of my check, and that's what we would withdraw and forward it to that company, or 5%, or And there's probably a max.
No, well, yes, sir, with a 457 plan, they can save up to 19,500 a year with that plan, depending on, again, there's different plans. If it's securities, then they're financially able to, they can put their whole check away. But there's really not a percentage, they just tell us what they want to save out of each check, and then we fill out a salary reduction agreement, and give that to the county or the payroll department, and they deduct it out of their paycheck. There is no fee to the county.
So what happens if an employee halfway through the year decides they need to make an adjustment for whatever reason?
We can adjust that. That's where I come in and they contact me, and then we do another salary reduction agreement, and either they want to drop it or they want to increase it. It's just paperwork. And it wouldn't be so much manpower for y'all. That's where I come in to help set up the initial paperwork. Yes, yeah, this is totally separate than the county. This is a supplemental retirement plan. So if he moved on to another county that established a 457, then all we would have to do would do another salary agreement for Karnes County or DeWitt County or whoever, if they had that plan, and then he could still contribute to the salary, to his 457 plan.
Fully transferable.
Yes, sir. And upon separation of his service, then from the county, he could elect to withdraw it also with no penalties. But then that's getting into individual retirement planning with them.
Well, what happens if the need arises for them to have extra cash and they just need to draw it out because there's illness or
Well,
they went to Vegas and whatever?
it is a retirement plan. So the IRS sets those, 59 and a half. They can't withdraw it. If they do withdraw it, then it's 10% penalty, plus then you would have to claim it on taxes as being income. So, and that's all explained to the employees when we go around and educate them.
So it can be done, but there'll be a
Sure.
penalty stroke for it.
Yes, sir.
Questions, anyone?
So the money's drawn out of the paycheck before taxes?
It can be before taxes or after taxes, however the employee wants to do it. We do offer the Roth and then the pre-tax. So that's, again, totally up to the employee. If they want to have the tax deduction this year, or if they want to save you're going to pay the taxes today and get it tax-free in the future, that's up to the employee. We leave that up to them, but we would advise them of, what would be better for them.
Would you go around and give your spiel to all the employees before we give you the 600? To see how many employees would want this?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that would be setting up with the different precincts, though. Y'all would have to let me know when is a time to meet with all your employees. That I don't have a problem with that. But typically we do set up the plan and then go around, meet with each individual precinct or department and do that.
But it's typically, it's an IRA, in other words, a Roth or a regular IRA, really is what it is.
Not necessarily. We can do securities as well, stocks and bonds. That would be another. We have different people I'm not licensed to do that, but we do have other people in our office that do that.
Okay.
So, and again, that's up to the employee as which plan they would like to do. If they'd like to do the securities, but then it still would be a payroll deduct. We'd still need the 457 plan, and they could still deduct it out of the paycheck where they get the tax write-offs.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
I'd just like to see if we can get a survey of all the departments in the county and see if they for it or not for it.
I was going to suggest that we table it until the next meeting and give us a chance to review the packet, and that'll give him a chance to do the survey, get back with us, or Brian, and then we can make an informed decision. So, thank you.
Okay. So you're going to do it on the
Well-
survey? I mean,
Well,
like,
we'd
you're wanting
we'd
me
like
to?
to know how many employees
Okay,
are interested in it,
sure,
and we meet every 2 weeks or so, the second and fourth Monday.
okay,
And that way, we'll have a chance to review the packet you
Sure.
brought to us
Yes, sir.
tonight, and we'll know if there's enough participation countywide to make it worth our while.
okay, no problem.
All right,
All right, thank you.
so I need a motion to table this until the next meeting.
Is he gonna do the survey, or we're gonna do the survey?
That's where I'm confused on. I don't know where
I
you
was
want.
thinking you said you were gonna do it, but he can send out a,
I can send a countywide email and see, have everybody decide if they'd wanted to do it or not.
you have a preference, Commissioner?
No, we just have to explain it to our employees, take this packet and explain what he just explained to us.
I think probably gathering all the employees up maybe at the Wimberley Building or right here, and just telling them all at one time. We might even be able to get him back in here to do the presentation and take the survey at that time, maybe.
That works too.
That'd work.
So,
Yes, sir, if y'all just let me know.
We'll let you know.
When to, and my card's in there, and y'all can, call me or email me, either way.
all right, thank you.
Thank you.
So I need a motion to table this until the next meeting.
There wasn't any action on that one. It was just a presentation, I believe.
I understand that, but we're gonna try to get this survey done. I'm just trying to get some
Gotcha. Okay.
direction, so. I'll make a motion that we table it until the next meeting. We'll get it resolved one way or the other. Need a second, please.
Are we gonna go ahead and call a meeting between now and the next meeting?
No.
I don't think so. I mean, that'll give us until the second Monday of July.
Yeah.
And by then, we should be able to get all our employees in this room and have him come for a presentation and tell us what.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, it's tabled. Commissioner Bruins, discussion action to pay $15,000 to the Goliad Memorial Auditorium Committee, pay bills for money budgeted in 2020.
Yes, I think been to court before, asked for this. We budgeted 15,000 for the auditorium to pay bills and insurance. Now we're gonna be paying the insurance on it, so the city has put in 25,000. And anyway, just trying to get this check to the committee so we can pay bills. We got a big insurance bill coming up.
I personally have not seen a budget that's
They-
been formed
they-
by the auditorium committee.
They tell me they send you all the minutes and
I'm sorry?
they tell me they send you the minutes and the
I've yet
budget.
to see any minutes. I've yet to see a budget. I've yet to receive any reports from the auditorium committee. We're operating totally in the dark. And it's
They've
hard for
sent
me
it
to
to-
just say, yeah, let's write a check for $15,000, not knowing how the money's gonna be spent, what the total budget looks like, what the contributions look like. We've got nothing. We don't know what we don't have a report on what last month's electric bill or utilities was. We don't know anything. We never receive any reports from the auditorium
They
committee.
tell me they send them to the auditor and you.
Okay.
Email them. Maybe they're sending them to your secretary and you're not getting them. I don't know. But I'm just telling you that they have told me that they send you all of this. This was budgeted. We voted on it during budget time. We are getting a insurance bill at July. The county's dropping the insurance, supposedly. I'm told by Sherry and Kelly that Rusty is dropping the insurance on the auditorium and all the fair buildings. So,
Per the
We're-
agreement.
okay, well, that's fine. I mean, we budgeted.
But we don't know what the insurance costs are. We don't know anything, Commissioner. And it's not right to ask this court to spend their money without the information.
So do the fire departments send their bills?
I'm not talking about the fire department.
Well,
right
we
now. I'm
give
talking
them
about
money too. This is the auditorium committee.
Okay.
that takes care
Auditorium
of the
committee.
auditorium. Yes, sir.
Is there a reason why we can't get reports
They have sent them. They're telling me they sent them. I don't know what y'all did
for
with
the
them,
fourth time?
but they,
I have
it's
nothing.
your word against
Commissioner-
mine that they sent them, and I'm saying they sent them. So,
Commissioner Brumby, are you getting any,
No, sir, I have not gotten anything about the
Okay.
auditorium.
are you getting anything from the
He's
auditorium
part of the
for
committee.
the budget, sir?
You talking to me or him?
Yes, sir.
No.
Okay. We don't have any information.
they told me
It
they
doesn't
sent
matter what they told you, the facts are that we don't have any information, and it's not reasonable to ask us to spend money without knowing what the budget looks like or what it's for. I experienced the same thing with the board for the appraisal district. No budget, no minutes, no nothing. And this has to stop. If you're going to sit on a committee and represent this commissioner's court, you have to tell us what's going on. So,
We have.
yes, my advice would be,
Again, I say
you need to
we
see
have.
to it that it happens rather than they told me,
We,
because we don't have anything.
we are picking up the insurance coming beginning of July, and if we don't have this money in our account, we will not be able to get insurance for the auditorium. So you're going to leave the auditorium without insurance. Is that what your plan is?
No, sir, I'm not saying that. I don't think I said that at all.
Yes, you did, because
No,
you
I
dropped the
did not
insurance.
say that.
You dropped the insurance on the auditorium.
We dropped
come
the
July.
insurance per the agreement that you drafted. The county has been paying the full load on insurance forever.
And somebody made that decision years ago.
I don't know who made the decision. It doesn't matter. I'm just stating the facts. I'm stating the facts. Right now, until July 1st, all the insurance that's enforced at the fairgrounds is being paid 100% by Goliad County and zero by the city. So this stuff of we're not going to have insurance if we don't help them. In fact, I had a discussion with Mr. Edwards the other day. The idea that we're paying them money to buy insurance when they're unwilling to pay for the insurance and it's enforced today.
This $15,000 goes for insurance, electric bills.
We wouldn't know that
Utilities?
because we don't get any reports.
Well, you don't get reports for any of the other places
I've
either that we
noticed
give
that,
money
sir.
to. The neutering people, do we get a report on every person that gets their dog and cat neutered? No, but we do give them money, right?
Judge, if I
We
may.
budgeted this money.
If I may, I was under the impression that the city and the county both share ownership in the auditorium.
Right.
And the agreement was that the auditorium committee would take over handling, managing the auditorium, booking the rentals and keeping it up there and repairing it. And the city and the county both agreed to chip in $15,000 apiece.
Right.
Nothing was said about if you get a report from a budget.
Shouldn't
or
we,
not. I guess we should, but all I'm saying
I
is.
think so too.
But I think the first thing is, we agreed to pay our $15,000 just like the city already has. And I don't remember a stipulation in there saying,
There wasn't a stipulation. We are in talks with the city to try to get this squared away. We had a very productive meeting, and we need to get back on it. I talked to you about that the other day.
yes, sir. But I think that we need to honor our commitment that we said we would match their $15,000
Okay.
to the committee.
Well, I think that we've got more than $15,000, way more than $15,000 in the auditorium in the last few years. Before my time, y'all put in 4 brand-new air conditioning units out there, and the city has not participated in that one iota, none.
That was that administration's choice, not this administration's, that administration's.
That does not change the fact that there are 4 brand-new air conditioning units in the lower part of the auditorium that the city owns half of, and we're negotiating that right now because they need to keep their end of the stick up in the air. it's absurd to say, now, y'all need to pay us for the insurance that we're gonna pick up on July 1st, but the insurance you've had since last year, we're not gonna pay our half on that. So to ask a question like you had asked, what would happen if we didn't have the insurance and it burned down today? Everybody'd be sad. We paid it all. I'm not asking for anything special. I just want equity.
So you're
And
gonna
if you
tell the
can
people
justify to
of
me why-
Goliad County, we're gonna just let the auditorium go without insurance?
No, sir.
Is that what you're saying?
That's not what I'm saying. Do you not hear, sir?
We budgeted 15,000. We
Right.
voted on that budget, and that money should have been given to us right after we budgeted it. Right?
Right, and
The
we
fire
have been-
departments have gotten theirs, except for the city fire department. They haven't got their 40,000 yet
Okay,
either.
we're not talking about that right now. It's not on the agenda. So what I would like to see is a budget for the auditorium committee for their anticipated expenses for the fiscal year that we're in. I don't think that's asking too much. Do
EJ,
not think it's asking too much.
EJ?
We haven't seen squat.
EJ Bymert's part of the committee. Has Kelly told us that they have emailed all of this information to the auditor and to the judge in those meetings? Our expenses and things. They've asked for them, minutes, they've asked for minutes, they've emailed the minutes. Yes. Right, I know. Well, I'm just asking you because you're on the committee also.
Well, the facts are that no one here has received anything, so I'm gonna go with that one. And all I'm asking you is, get us a budget with anticipated expenditures so that we can act on it. And if you're unwilling to do that, I guess y'all can vote to spend money not knowing what it's going for. I don't think this is out of line. Do what you will. If somebody wants to make a motion,
I'll make a motion that we give the auditorium committee that $15,000 that we budgeted, and that it be paid by Thursday, the 24th at 1:00 p.m.
I'll second it.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, y'all voted to pay money for nothing, we don't know what it is. Motion is approved.
Did you ask for the nays on that, Judge? Yeah, who voted for that?
I'm sorry?
I'm confused on who voted, how you know they voted, who voted for that?
These three?
Okay, did you ask for the nays? Are we asking for nays or not?
Opposed?
Nay.
Aye.
Aye.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, we'll move on to the next one. Approval of interlocal agreement between Goliad County and Goliad ISD in regard to school resource officer. Are you Sheriff Boyd's representative by any chance?
For the action.
Judge, have both entities looked over the current contract that's here? Have both entities looked over the current contract that you have here?
No, I was anticipating Sheriff Boyd be here to answer the questions for this agreement. This is not us. We just have to approve it. Well, the Commissioner's Court does not negotiate it, the terms of it. We simply approve it once it's negotiated.
It looks
Well,
like,
I'm asking if the school district has seen this
I
agreement.
do not know.
Okay.
Stacy
Maybe.
has signed it.
I saw a copy that both the superintendent and the sheriff had signed it. In my packet, there was a copy of the signature page.
in our packet that says.
In the packet.
Both
So it's
signed.
signed off by the superintendent and Sheriff Boyd.
Yeah.
Right.
So apparently they like it. If you have any questions about the details, I cannot answer those.
But they did both sign off on it.
In the packet.
So if someone wants to make a motion to approve the agreement, we can do that, or we can table it until the next meeting.
Do we need our attorney to look at it?
I couldn't tell you. It's, I don't know if there's any changes. I suppose the highlighted area, the date and, overtime. There's probably a few changes in it. If you want the county attorney to do it, we can table it until next time, and he'll have a chance to review it.
And maybe the sheriff would be here too. Yeah, I think that'd be a good idea.
You want to make that motion?
I do. I make the motion, we table it to the next meeting.
Second?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Motion carries. Commissioner Edwards,
Okay, I want,
sale of the property.
regarding the sale of some county property in Precinct 1, I want to make a motion to list a piece of county-owned property with a licensed real estate broker to list on MLS 4.153 acres in Goliad Survey 3, Block 11, with the following restrictions. 1, build a multipurpose facility to serve the agricultural needs of the youth of Goliad. The facility must enhance the youth development programs such as Goliad County 4-H and FFA. 2, the building or buildings must be constructed to facilitate youth livestock shows, exhibitions, validations, and in addition, educational clinics, workshops, and programs. 3, the remaining space must contain recreational vehicle space to include electricity and water slips to be utilized by participants with multiple day agriculture events, along with the parking for vehicles and livestock trailers. For a minimum offer of $20,765, and Commissioner Edwards is appointed as the county representative to contact a real estate agent to get said property listed and report back to the court with all offers. I attached a copy of the appraisal, the report,
And I second that.
We hadn't had a first yet, have we?
that was the motion.
Okay.
That was a motion.
Second? You have a second?
Yes, sir.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Commissioner Morales, you need a transfer from line to line?
Yes, just asking the court's approval for the transfer from right-of-way line item to the equipment repairs and maintenance repairs line item. We've had some repairs. I got a backhoe currently in the shop. It's going to need some more repairs, and we need to increase that line item.
Can you get a motion?
I'll make that motion, sir.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
$10,000 on there, Judge. It's stated on there.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
Mr. Howard, discussion action regarding precinct purchases.
That's working. The screens come on the TV. No signal. All right. On March, excuse me, on March 23rd, 2020, an invoice of number 182454-1 came to the Auditor Treasurer's Office for payment from Goliad County Auto Parts, or Goliad Auto Parts, owned by David Bruins. This merchandise was sold to Precinct 4, where David Bruins is the commissioner and also owner. Upon review of the invoice, questions were raised by the Auditor and Treasurer's Office of the validity of the cost for merchandise. The first thing that caught our attention was freight for $81.55 that was on the ticket. Calls were made and estimates received from local tractor supply houses in Victoria. When I say local, I mean the closest tractor supply house where the county has commercial charge accounts. When we received these estimates back, these vendors were found to have all part numbers on the tickets in question that were readily available and in stock at all tractor supply houses. Goliad County does have open charge accounts with these vendors selected for estimates. We also found the merchandise could have been bought 20% less when using a real tractor supply house rather than using Goliad Auto Parts, and would also have stopped Goliad County from incurring an $81.55 freight charge. In Commissioner's Court on 4/12/21, Bruins was asked by Commissioner 3 Kirby Brumby, were these parts a normally stocked item at his business? Bruins answered no, I had a special order on them. When the invoices broke down and the cost of the merchandise compared to other vendors, we found a 20% overcharge had occurred to the county on a single invoice by not using a real tractor supply house. The practice and mismanagement of this taxpayers' money has cost Goliad County on this ticket $257.45 on a single ticket with a $81.55 freight charge on top of it. Once the problem came to our attention, we have started looking closer at the charges from Goliad Auto Parts under the county starting October 1st. This date marks the start of Goliad County's budget year. The report shows with backup using the same part numbers when available or crossed over numbers to ensure that we're comparing apples to apples. This was done to ensure the same, better quality and performance of each item in question that is compared. So what I'd like to say, just a little background on my experience. I have been an automotive mechanic for 33 years and also have been an owner of automotive repair shop for 21 of the combined time. I started this inquiry into the vendor because questions have been aroused about tickets from Goliad Auto Parts with shredder blades, freight charges, and other merchandise billed to the county. I pulled Goliad Auto Parts invoices from October 1st, 2020, and starts our calendar year to March 31st, 2021. Then I arranged them in a file and started reviewing them and make parts and cost comparisons. Things I found on the invoice. First thing I found was an invoice on 11/3/20 from Goliad Parts sold to Precinct 4. 30 items were on the merchandise. 24 shredder blades, 5 tail wheels for a shredder and a freight charge of $81.55. Grand total of $1734.54. This invoice cost us Also, 273.57 more because Commissioner Brooms chose to use his auto parts store instead of a Tractor Supply House that stocks them. Second thing I found, there were 2 invoices from Goliad Auto Parts with 25 more shredder blades in March, just 5 months later. These 2 invoices have been in question already in Goliad County questioned already from Goliad Auto Parts by Fletcher Fredericks and myself in Commissioner's Court held on 4/12. In fact, these 2 tickets are what started me digging into the charges from Goliad Auto Parts. The combination of these 2 invoices had 27 items on them, 26 shredder blades, a freight charge of $81.55 again, grand total of $1,287.45. This invoice cost the county $257.45 more because Commissioner Brooms again chose to use his own parts store again instead of a Tractor Supply House that stocks them. Looking at these 3 tickets, the dates when the merchandise was sold and the time of year just leads me to have more questions. In combination with these 3 tickets, 5 months, in 5 months, Commissioner Brooms has sold his own precinct 50 shredder blades in a time of year when the grass is not growing or no shredding was being done. On Tuesday, May 18th, 2021, Otto Fredericks and I went out to precinct camps and all their departments to compare what was on the county's fixed asset list to see what the assets are truly on the ground. This being done for upcoming renewal of the county's Goliad insurance policy. The visit Commissioner Brooms' Precinct 4 just raised a lot more questions about these blades purchases. While looking at Precinct 4 shredders, I noticed that the blades on the shredders were not new. In my observation of the shredders, they were worn and very definitely not new. Upon the visit, I found 16 blades outfitted Precinct 4 shredders with new blades. I have pictures of the blades on the shredders. In Commissioner's Court, everyone was led to believe on 4/12 that the blades in question had been put on already. This was made by a comment by Morales, Precinct 2. Morales then made a motion, we must pay the invoice 182454-1 and 182455-1 because the blades have already been installed. All the while, Commissioner Brooms sat in the court knowing that that was a false statement, but Brooms allowed the vote to go ahead and pay the bill of his own company to his own company, Goliad Auto Parts, that he is the sole owner of, knowing all the while the blades had not been installed. There has been a lot of blades purchased, 50 in a short period of time. The amount of blades would outfit Precincts 4 shredders better than 3 times in a 5-month span. So, this is pictures of the shredder blades.
Did you get a picture of all the stack of the new ones? You didn't find them while you were sneaking around?
I wasn't sneaking around.
Yeah, you were. Listen,
So,
those blades
I don't
are
have the
because-
right-
just
Mr.
Listen,
Brooms, let him
hey,
finish, and you
is he
can
gonna
talk all
sit
night
there and
long.
pull this crap? Hey, we use the shredder. Yeah, the shredder, they don't get
So,
off of them and
so you
change
told
them.
us,
Mr. Brooms,
It's got new blades on them right now. They started shredding today.
well, that's good they got them on there, but you sat right there in court and let us pay that bill
Right.
knowing that you hadn't put the shredder blades on there. If it was,
What
and
does it matter? They're
Because
sitting
it
there at
matters.
the yard.
why? Because it matters.
Why does it matter? They're sitting at the yard. I have a
not-
budget.
That's,
Hey,
that's,
I
you,
had a budget
you
to
let
buy
it,
shredder blades, so I bought
Commissioner
shredder
Brooms,
blades.
would you just let him talk, and then you?
Well, he's
can
just
have
you
the
can
They're
do
floor.
whatever you
talking
want.
crap.
Well, let me
Take the
finish what
floor
I'm
now.
telling you. So, you sat here then and allowed the court and the taxpayers to believe that those shredder blades had been put on. So what I would have, if hadn't put them on, I would have said, don't pay him the freight charge and knock the 20% off.
They've been delivered.
Doesn't matter. Parts can be returned.
So you're gonna pay the diesel company to, whenever we use fuel in a tractor, just for the fuel we're putting in the tractor? And
Okay.
not in the tank sitting out there?
All right,
What's
let's-
the difference? Do you not want me to sell
Well,
anything to
okay.
Goliad? Because I can
Listen.
stop, I can shut this account down. You
That
can go
would
to
probably be the
Victoria and
best
buy a
thing.
boat and
Mr.
and a
Bruce,
belt.
That would probably be the
No,
best
he's
thing.
full of
Say
crap.
as long as
He's
you
full
want
of
to say.
crap.
Let
So-
him finish. We don't get anywhere.
Let's get off the blades down. I've got a whole stack of invoices.
Well, get after it, brother.
All
I'll
right.
explain every one of them.
All right. So there's a master cylinder bought. It's 413.16. Ray Bestis. I don't know where you got it.
It's
I
a
don't know.
what?
A Ray Bestis master cylinder. It went on an international truck.
Right.
Okay. Charge was 413.16.
Yes, it's a very expensive master cylinder.
Okay. Well, I don't agree with you. Okay.
Went on an international dump truck,
All right.
dual tandem.
Here's your invoice. 413.60. Okay? I punch in the part number. That's what we can buy, $157.99 rebuilt master cylinder.
Is that on Amazon?
No, sir. It's Napa.
Well, we don't have a Napa store here.
They deliver every day. Every day. Okay. So that amount saved, if we would have went with another vendor would have been $255.61. Okay. Now, also have a picture for you. That's the Napa website. $157.99. Okay. Now, just to be fair, I also went cross-numbered it to a A1 Cardone. Now this one, if I remember right, it is from Amazon. $127.99. That's another reman master cylinder. But I didn't use that one because I was using one that we could use.
I believe the Ray Bessis was new, not rebuilt.
Okay, well,
There you go.
I got that covered too.
There you go.
Here's a brand new one, $212.99. And right here, where the cursor's at, I don't know if y'all can see that, it says new. So that's a new part number. So we can skip this one too. Come on. Let's go to,
So we're not gonna buy anything from any businesses in Goliad, is what you're saying? We're gonna get
I
it on
believe,
the internet?
it's not the internet,
Is that
that's
what you're
Napa.
saying?
That is Napa.
So
And
what
I
do we do with
believe
our
when we can
employees
get
in
a
Goliad?
decent price from you, I don't have a problem with that.
Well, I
But
don't
when you
know
have a
where it's going. I thought
62%
everybody-
markup,
Everybody
I
gets
got
the same markup.
answer this question for me. Do you give us, as the county, a
Yes. They
parts
reduct-
discount,
yes, they
volume
reduce-
discount?
Yes, a reduced
Okay.
percentage.
Let's go to this fuel filter here.
Do I have to? No, I don't have to, but I do.
That's all the reason why we shouldn't use you if you're not going to extend a.
Well, don't use me.
So here's your a 33 960 XE is a fuel filter for a Duramax diesel. You have on here 77.45 a piece. So we paid $154.90 for two filters.
Put that back
Now.
up, let me see that.
$77.45.
Yeah, 77.45.
Okay. Now, online with Napa.
So we're gonna go online.
I didn't use my discount, it would be cheaper.
Well,
I have a commercial
Why don't you
account.
just buy everything
I have a
online?
commercial. This
I'll
isn't-
shut the account down tomorrow morning. How about
This
that?
isn't online.
I don't need y'all's crap.
It's
I don't
$39.99.
need your money. I got plenty of money,
Now,
brother.
this is a suggestion that I could make to the commissioners also.
Go to hell.
Put a case on your shelf. Every year Napa has a 2-year, every year Napa has, so every year Napa has a sale on filters. I asked them, my cost is $39.99. How much can I buy them for at the sale? He said between $32 and $35. So let's put a case of them on the shelf. Instead of sending somebody to the parts house, taking up time, they can go to the shelf and get them.
Let's not do this all night.
Okay. I guess y'all can get the gist of what I'm saying. And I did find one product that he sells, and it was the DEF fluid. And he's in line. Out of all of these tickets, he's in line with another store. But this is what I'm going to tell you. The Texan now has DEF at the pump. So the DEF with the box, 2.5, and if you have a diesel, you're familiar with it, it's 2.5 gallon. At the pump, you can get it half the price. So in these tickets, they spent $200 in DEF fluid. We can cut it to $104. We're looking at not having the plant out here, and we have to start cutting costs. Everything in here, I could buy 2 for 1. If you were using somebody that was really giving you a volume discount or commercial discount.
So if we received a commercial discount, would that solve the problem?
To his defense, he may be giving us the deepest cut he can. I don't know that. I don't know what he purchases parts for. Couldn't tell you. I do know that when Napa sells us a master cylinder for $157.99, they're making money, and not $413. I do know that. And he also bought a pump, transfer pump. It cost us $800. I found the same part number, exact same thing, for half the price. I'm sorry.
So what changes are you proposing?
Well, maybe we don't need any changes. He said he's going to shut our account down. But that would be my suggestion, is find another vendor.
Is that it?
Good enough.
So we're in budget time. It's coming up. It's here. We've already started preparation for it, making the preliminary budgets. We'll be short, and we'll be needing to trim our expenses. And every dollar counts. Employees are needing a raise. Everything contributes to it. So just ask everybody to watch their spending if they can. It'd be helpful with, we don't know what's coming around the corner with the power plant and other things, so that would be my only request, is that we really watch our spending and pay attention to it. Public announcements. Any public announcements tonight? If not, I'll need a motion to adjourn, please.
So moved, Judge.
Second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. We're adjourned.